remember me, or she's just being facetious?
She does a lot of shrooms.
Okay.
Yeah. Brain fried. She actually used to do a lot of worse things, but she doesn't anymore. Still shrooms though, and a lot of pot. She's high a lot at work.
Imagine.
Not shrooms, but a lot of pot.
For 100 years, St. Joe's has been giving Native American children days they love and educating them for life.
I should probably eat before I go up there, huh?
Yeah, that might be something good a day.
It's getting kind of late. Can you see who's open up there? It is Saturday night after all. Would you say that turn was too hard?
Also too hard.
The Mustang and Sally's open. I think sitting down for a while, play like a little bit of games, had like a light snack, and I dozed off for like 30 minutes, took a hot shower, and I was feeling refreshed. God, that thing looks massive in your hands.
You're not supposed to. You're literally not allowed.
Who are you to tell me?
The fucking rocks. That's
I don't post anything. Well, I mean, people will see it, but it'll be a silent video because the radio's playing. So nobody's going to hear.
it. They will hear.
No, they won't. I'll silent the video before I post it.
Oh, okay. Augie's Sports Bar will be open
Until...
midnight.
Oh, okay. Alright, that's fine. I'm sure there's going to be a couple places open. I'm not to worry about it then.
The Taco John's is closed.
Fuck
I'm
that place.
sorry.
I had a Taco John's burrito today for breakfast.
This is closed. Yeah, for breakfast.
Yeah. I usually never stop at Taco John's, and today I decided to stop by, and one of my customers' grandson, was up there working, and I didn't think I was going to see him, because from what he told me, he says, well, I usually make the burritos in the back, or the food in the back, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I probably just won't be seeing you. And so, of course, I pull right up to the window, and he, like, looks out, and then looks at the computer, that looks at me again, and I was like, what's up? And he was like, I think I know you. I was like, oh, you think?
There's so many places open.
Until midnight. Or later.
Midnight, 1, 3, yeah.
12. Stuff like that. How does that feel in your hands?
Large.
Large in a charge?
Annoying, actually heavy.
Yeah.
It's gonna give me iPhone pinky, I think.
Then don't use your pinky.
Okay, how else am I supposed to hold it up since you don't have a pop socket? Think about that.
I purposely don't use a pop socket.
Oh, I fucking would be too.
What do you mean?
Like Stacy. His name's Stacy. He's just a hard ass. And so when I see him have people pulled over, I just go, yeah, fucking would be him. Because it would be him.
I get it.
He's nice, but also hard ass.
I have an unusual familiation with the Sturgis PD. So I had to come up here once to inspect the vehicle. To inspect the vehicle, and I had to Sturgis PD, and I said, hey, I'm a contractor looking for XYZ vehicle. He said, you guys have it in your possession. I'm like, we don't have it. And I was like, I don't care who has it. I called you guys yesterday and told you I was coming up here. officer so-and-so. I'm like, he's not working today. And I'm like, then why the fuck did he send me up here?
Literally why?
So
Call him
anyway,
and ask him right now.
I pulled up my information. You know, they told me about the vehicle and stuff like that, and related to an accident that happened down the interstate there. So they said it's not necessarily in our possession, but it is in the possession of Highway Patrol. So it's in county possession. And so I said, okay, well, just point me to the right direction. And I was like, actually, we'll just have an officer drive you over there. Come on back. So they opened up the doors, and I just went back there, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. And walked in the inner workings of Sturgis PD, and then went out one of their back doors, jumped in one of their cruisers, and me and I guess officer that was just chilling that day drove over to county, basically it's county lockup, but for their equipment. And then it was like, it wasn't where it was supposed to be. So then we went to the tow company, and the tow company was like, no, we towed it up there. We know it's up there. He said, check around the edge of the property because they might not have gotten to it yet. And so we went back there, and like literally as you're driving into county, if you look way back of the property in the fence lining, you can see the roof of the vehicle that was in the accident, and it's like a bright red, sitting all the way in the back. So we drive all the way back there, stopped and talked to some state police. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's right over there. And then we keep driving, and boom, lo and behold, it's sitting right there. Problem is that because it's still under current investigation, I can't touch it. So I have to take all of my pictures without touching the vehicle or getting my fingerprints on it. So that was a very interesting take that I had to do. Because normally I'm allowed to touch them. The only thing I'm not allowed to do is drive up vehicles. But if they're in accidents and stuff, I'm allowed to open doors, windows, and shit like that based on my safety. And they're like, you can't touch it, it's still under investigation, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I understand. So it was
fun.
Yeah. That insurance job, I did a lot. I made some good connections pre-COVID, and then after COVID, the automotive market was hit really hard. So a lot of the work that I did on a normal just tanked ridiculously. It was kind of sad because I enjoyed what I was doing. I think it's the reason why I don't have a problem driving a Spearfish anymore, is because I went so much in 2021. Because what had happened was like COVID hit, and then people weren't selling anything, and then which means that China and everything, whoever makes our manufactured chips for our new vehicles, weren't making any. So everybody sold off all their new vehicles that they already had available for customers, but then they didn't have any more new vehicles. So what the fuck are you gonna sell?
Can you please slow down? Sorry, I just am scared.
So they so it's like the question is, well, what are we going to sell if we don't have any new vehicles? And the question is, well, the answer is used vehicles. So what was happening is that they were pulling used vehicles from all around the country and shipping them all around the country to whoever could find them. And it was lucrative. I'm talking like make $2,000 in a fucking week.
Oh, damn.
Lucrative, you know. And there were times where I would make like what people would get paid for 2 weeks, I was making in 2 days, you know. But I was also working from 6 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, basically turning over a vehicle every 30 minutes to get it done. So yeah, it was good. I loved it. And then after Thanksgiving of 2021, usually I've seen how the flow works is that when Thanksgiving hits, it slows down a lot because not everybody's focused and blah, blah, blah. And good deals are happening for new cars, and they're trying to get rid of the old models so they can get in the new years and stuff like that. So business does slow down a bit. However, like literally right after New Year's, it ramps right the fuck back up again. Except they didn't do that this year. Or stable secondary income for a really long time turned into like nothing, essentially.
You're really good at following the flow, though, I think.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just like wherever your jobs are taking you, like I just feel like you like just like flow into things really nice. It's probably the outgoingness. You just hear about things and then go, well, I'm gonna try that.
That's
And then you do, and then you're great.
I mean, I guess the other part of that is that I don't apply to jobs I know I'm not going to like. So if I'm like, oh, I think I'll like that, I'll do it. I'll apply. So, how do you feel like being a property manager?
I don't think I would like it.
What about an events property manager?
I don't know. I think I struggle with a lot of things because I'm just like, I literally have no idea what your day-to-day is going to look like in that type of job, you know?
What about a bar manager?
Bar manager, absolutely not.
Okay.
I actually incredibly hate being around drunk people, especially if I'm sober, so much. So that would be a big, big no. Which is a shame because I think I could make a lot of tips in a bar.
It's okay. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I heard today or yesterday that the property, I'm just going to call her like the general manager, but she managed the property, the events, and the bar, got fired. And now her job is up for grabs. And,
Yeah, there's some property thing that keeps popping up on my Indeed that's down in Rapid. And
I'm sure that's something different. But, it's, she got fired, and her son works for my boss, and he was talking to somebody else, and I just happened to overhear. He's like, yeah, man, it was so crazy. My mom got fired from here, and that shit got no job, and we're all surprised that happened, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like in my brain, I'm like, are you though? Are you? Have you ever worked with your mom? Because I've worked with your mom,
Yeah.
and
no surprise?
not even a fucking little bit. One of the reasons that she was already on a short leash, honestly, because I guess there's a new board that took over for the country club. You know, they elect new leaders like once a year, twice a year. I think it's once a year. And they elect the new leaders, and they put her on a short leash, and they said, do your fucking job or you're fired. And she was great for a little bit, and then she fell right back into the same complacent position that she got herself into, and then she got fucking fired. And so I was talking to one of the bartenders, and I was like, who's going to be in charge now? And he said, honestly, we don't know. Nobody at the moment. And I was like, okay, that's fair. And then he was like, yeah, I know that it was so crazy, so quick that it happened. I'm surprised that it did happen. And I was like, are you though? He was like, okay, I'm surprised it happened so fast. And I was like, there we go.
There you go.
Yeah, I was like, don't lie to me. We're all not surprised she got fired. So it's just dumb. Just dumb. So I thought about it, but I mean, we'll see. Probably not. It sounds good, but then they said, oh, we'll pay you $40,000 a year, and then we'll give you 10% of what the bar makes, and then you have to work your own bar shifts. So you get tips on top of taking a little bit off the top, on top of $40,000. And I said, well, what's the requirements? And they said, well, you're going to be the general manager. And I was like, yep. He goes, well, you're going to be in charge of the bar and events. And I said, yep. And he says, you're going to be on call. And I said, 7 days a week? He said, 7 days a week. I said, from the time the bar opens to the time the building opens to the time the building closes. He said, yep. And I was like, I'll think about it, because $40,000 is not enough.
No, to be on call 7 days a week,
Yeah.
7 to 7. Or what was it?
7 days a week from the time the building is open to the time the building is closed.
Yeah, like that's no. It's no.
And those buildings can get open as early as 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's just not 40,000. Like what they're gonna do, what's probably gonna end up happening again is that they're probably going to get another person who's going to be fucking retired or close to retiring, and then they're just going to fill the space again with the same person that they just got rid of.
You get what you pay for, though, you know?
You know, and so I'm like, I was talking to Jeremy about it too. He was like, I wouldn't even think about doing anything less than 60. I was like, I mean, the 60, I understand that might be pushing it. Maybe 50, 55, best bet. Because,
I mean, at least 50.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what even, like, our smallest store managers get at Common Sense. Like, I guarantee you the lead store manager is getting at least $50,000 a year on top of commissions, on top of all of the other things.
Yeah, you know, but they are, like, you know, they do require that you work your own shifts, and if you work your own shifts, you get to keep your own money. So I get that part. And then on, you know, in addition to, you know, you get 10% of the bar total sales for the night or whatever. You know, I don't know how that works, like a weekly thing or a monthly thing. So, I mean, and then I guess you get guaranteed bonuses throughout the month. And Jeremy was all, those bonuses better be fucking 10 grand a month for goddamn 40,000.
Literally, I make more than 40,000 a year. Like, that's crazy.
It's way too little. Way too little. And I understand exactly where they're coming from. They don't want the same thing to happen again. But you can't do it, man. You're going to get the same person with the same complacency, sitting in the same thing, with no strive to do better or be better. And it's not worth it.
Like, you should be vetting people through the hiring process, not just putting your salary low and then being like, they gotta want it. No, nobody's gonna want it because nobody wants to work for shit.
Yeah, and then the two girls that work at the bar now, they're apparently interested in being the bar manager, but I don't think they understand that if they do that, they're taking a pay cut. You know, and then one of the girls is like, meh, she's fine. One of the other girls is like, she's, I don't know if they're crossing or not. No? Okay, fine. I was like, anybody but her. Like, I feel like if she gets that position, we're talking straight piece of power. Like, don't get me wrong, I know everybody has their bad days, but when I can tell the exact fucking days that you and your man are getting into fights, it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
You know, it is not a fan. Not a fan of her. And then I want somebody that's going to be able to be cohesive between the bar and the restaurant. And I was like, I could be that guy. I could be that guy that step into those shoes and be like, okay, here's the thing. Like, we're all going to work together, you know, and I'm not going to fucking tirade Jeremy like they're fucking, like that one chick was doing, you know. Like, no fucking way that's happening. But at the same time, I also got business to run. So, like, what's up, my boy? So, oh well. How you gonna walk up to, God, that shit drives me nuts, dude. Oh, stop sign. She's not working. you not like dressing like that in public?
It's cold to be dressing like that tonight, frankly.
Oh, they don't even sell these in the United States.
This guy right here?
What? The black car that we
Or
just
over
passed,
there.
that station
Bird.
wagon. Should I risk it?
For the biscuit. I don't think so. It looks full, honestly.